He says, my brother passed away after a long and painful battle with a brain tumor. His death was a profound personal loss. I did everything I could to try to save him. I prayed for him, cared for him, and stood by him. You or Gels? You stood by him? Because I know where you were during a lot of that 2020 era of Chris being sick. Wasn't at home. What do I know? I only spent like every waking hour with the guy. Okay. He says, and stood by him until the very end. Now, I just want to show you guys something that I find interesting, because here he is portraying himself as a loving, doting brother that was so concerned, always by his brother's side through, the cancer was happening. So here's a couple screenshots just from my conversations with Lovy dealing with Christian, and just me asking about how's Christian, right? And I think any brother that is truly concerned, as Lovy claims he was, would respond, right? With, he's doing this is okay, it's not okay, blah, 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 whatever. And I will be honest, there were times where he did let me know what was happening with Christian, where I would ask and he would say, this part is going on, he's about to have this procedure, or this is happening, please pray. He did say that at times. So I'm not going to paint a false narrative like he just didn't, there was never a time that, But I did find it interesting that wasn't a consistent, how can I say, doctrine when it came to his brother. Here's an example. There's just one time where I asked, this is January 27, 2021. I said, how's Christian? He's going to the hospital now. What about me? What about you? Like, I thought there would be a little bit more than that. Apparently he was really irritated that I didn't ask enough about him to tell me that he felt as though he was being treated like a stepchild. I just asked about your brother. I thought I was doing the right thing here, just trying to ask, see how your brother was doing. Here's another example. This is when Christian was about to go into surgery. This is November 4th, 2020, I guess. And I just said, praying everything goes well with Christian. And he says, I was just thinking of you. And proceeds to show a kid in Africa with a bloated belly eating a watermelon. And that was referring to sexual acts with him and I. So I just don't know. I don't know what to believe. You're saying here in this document right now, that dealing with Christian, was just so hard for you. It was devastating for you. You were with him day and night. But when I said, I hope everything goes okay, you sent me a picture of a kid to talk about me. So I don't know.